Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of the Elder-Scrolls-A-Thon Daggerfall. In the last episode, we went and did two missions for the Archaeologist Guild. Well, first off, we actually got demoted from the Archaeologist Guild for some reason. I don't know why. So there's one quest that we still have over there that now has kind of been made unavailable until I rank back up, so we're done for the moment over there. But in the last episode, we did two quests for them. We did a quest basically where we had to go and retrieve a magical torque that went and disintegrated upon leaving the dungeon. But the more important one, honestly, and it was the title of the video, is it was a quest called the, and I quote, the simplest of errands, where we were tasked with delivering to somebody in a palace the Staff of Magnus. What then ensued was not the simplest of errands, but by far and away the most complicated and convoluted simplest errand there has ever been on the face of the planet, as I got robbed going into the town, and then what proceeded over the next number of minutes was a increasingly ludicrous level of steps needed to take in order to figure out who stole it and where they were. And eventually I did find it and returned it to, and gave it to the guy that needed it. In this episode, we are, hopefully, if everything goes well, and these are, decent quests, we're going to be doing the final quest here in the Fighters Guild. This is a quest that popped up via the Roleplay and Realism mod, I believe. And then we will be using console commands to activate part 3 of the Former Student quest, which is the last quest for the Mages Guild. And again, if you need to know the reason why we're console commanding in to start part 3, go check out, I kind of explained it in the last episode, but go check out the episode before last. I forget what number that is. I want to say 21, I want to say 22, something like that. Anyway, so hey Bador, how's it going? We need Mountain Rumors, which is the quest. Rumors have reached us from some of our guild colleagues in the mountains concerning a famed master of armor crafting. It seems that he just simply vanished a while back, and no one has heard anything of him since. Recently, some reports have been received from over in the Wrothgarian mountains regarding some noble whose soldiers and personal guard have been clad in some rather impressive armor by several locals. The guildsmiths think that the descriptions sound very similar in style to, and could very well be, the work of the missing master armorsmith. We suspect that there's something rather fishy going on here, and our opinion is that it requires attention from the guildmaster. Would you be willing to head over there to investigate and deal with the situation before a guild member with less skill and experience makes a mess of things? Absolutely. Great, thank you, Master Fassa. We're convinced that this is worth further investigation. Please head over to the guild hall in Aldley in the Wrothgarian mountains to see what you can discover. There will be a contact waiting for you there who can bring you up to speed regarding the situation. They will wait for your arrival for 6 months. After that, the local members will likely try and deal with this situation themselves, and probably bungle it, which I think we'd agree is best to be avoided. Hopefully this will lead you to the Lost Master Armor. So, well, what time is it? It is 2 in the morning. Let's get a little sleep. Let's go and get about, I'd say, 8 hours of sleep, because if they said in the Wrothgarian mountains, so I believe I can't fast travel while indoor. I was not trying to fast travel. I was just trying to pull up like the world map. But okay, I'll go outside. That's your requirement. We've been here exclusively in Daggerfall. We have never left Daggerfall. So I would assume the mountains are another area. So I just need to locate them. Wrothgarian Mountain. Oh, yeah, so it's this gigantic area. Okay. Before we travel over there, I want to do a smart thing. How much gold do I have on me? 25,000. I'm going to drop off some gold at this bank, and I am then going to go and do a little smart thing and get a letter of credit, or, I don't know, a small letter of credit, we'll call it, and take it with us in case for some reason we need money. Hey dude, I need to deposit, we'll say 25 1,000 gold pieces, if you don't mind. Plus 19,000. Where's the 19? Do I have gold in my... Oh, I do have gold in my cart. Let me get that out of there. Where are you at? Gold. Gold? There we go. Here's an additional 19,000, if you don't mind putting that in there. Okay, now, I will say for a letter of credit, if we could please withdraw, let's say, we'll say 79,267. That way we leave... I must have... That was weird. Anyway, so now we have a letter of credit in case we need it. Now we can go and head and travel to, I believe it was all ALD, and then it was that word. Yep. Okay, great. It'll take us how long? It'll take us 16 days to travel. Great. It's perfectly reasonable. We'll go ahead and do it. This is exciting. This is the first time we're out of Daggerfall. You've arrived at Aldley, where the rumors regarding the lost armor surfaced. You should head over to the local guild hall to meet the contact who's waiting for your arrival. Okay, we also possibly need to look for a bank, but we'll go to the guild hall first. Of course, there's never anything interesting on the bulletin boards. It's probably going to be here, because that's what Fighter Guild Hall looks like, typically, are those little tiny, tiny squares. So we're going to go check it out, and it does look like the one in Gothway Garden, so I'm going to assume this is the same type of fighter guild. Who am I talking to? Am I talking to anybody? This does not even come up as a quest on my marker or in my journal. Do I need to talk to you? Nope. Do I need to talk to you? Welcome to Audley, Master Vassip. My name is Agristeer Gerwing, and I'm pleased to see you here indeed. Since the situation we have is rather perplexing, one to say the least, we've been hearing rumors of a local noble whose soldiers and personal guards have been seen clad in unusually fine armor. The thing is, no one knows anything much about this noble, not where he resides or what family he's from. I've been looking into the matter for a while now and have found 3 reliable locals who have witnessed them firsthand and gathered their accounts. I've taken the liberty of making inquiries with a local group of rangers about tracking down these soldiers and their mysterious leader. Unfortunately, expertise like this doesn't come cheap, and will cost 7,000. I am so glad I brought my... Well, I mean, I would have had it with me anyway, regardless, but okay. To engage in their services. Alternatively, you could try to search for the location yourself. I really don't want to do that. I'd rather just pay the 7,000 gold. I can give you my notes with accounts provided by the 3 reliable local eyewitnesses, which is all we have to go on. So would you like to employ the trackers? I'll obviously need you to provide the 7,000 gold to cover you. Absolutely. All right, then. I'll get in touch with the trackers and have them start as soon as you return with the money, assuming you still want to proceed. They don't accept letters of credit, so you need to bring me real gold pieces. Crap. Hopefully this place has a bank that can exchange stuff. Excuse me, good sir. Here, do you have a bank here? Go north. North. Okay. It's going to be, this thing is going to be the bank. Okay, I will be back when we have exchanged this letter of credit for some gold. Alright, we're back. I exchanged my letter of credit to the bank, and in turn I took 7,000 out of gold out of it from my own pocket. And then I got a letter of credit worth 70,000 gold in exchange, so that's fine. Okay, here you go. Thank you for bringing the gold, Master Vassip. I'm glad not to have to cover the cost of my own meager pocket. I'll contact the trackers and have them start their search immediately. They said that with the vague directions in such a large and inhospitable area to cover, it will likely take 3 or 4 days to cover the area. Once I hear from them, I'll send you a letter with their findings. Great. So here's what I'm going to do, because I have the access to sleep in here. I'm going to go up here to the bed, and I'm going to sleep for like 99 hours. Which is like roughly, what is that? 3, 4, like a little over 4 days? Something like that. Anyway, I'm going to sleep for 99 hours, and I will be back once we get the letter. Alright, so I slept for 99 hours, and I didn't get a message, so I decided to kind of go around town and try and sell some stuff that was in my cart, and this message popped up. A scarred Nord woman briskly walks up to you. She shifts one of her many weapons aside, pulls out a crumpled letter, and thrusts it into your hand before striding away. Master Vassip, great news. The trackers we employed have found the noble and his warriors. Turns out they've taken residence in an old fortified monastery somewhere east of Aldley. It is in the hills, way off the beaten track, and miles away from anywhere else. They must have rebuilt the place, as by all accounts it's been run down for several generations to the point where most locals are not even aware of its existence. The place is called North Rock Fort, and I've enclosed a map of how to reach it. Good luck, and let me know if you need any help once you uncover a bit more about the situation. Tread carefully. I doubt that they'll be very forgiving if you anger them. Alright, so I will be back once we're traveling to North Rock, but again, I'm going to sell some stuff. Alright, I went and sold off all of my stuff. I went and did a little bit of inventory management when it comes to letters of credit, so now I just have one letter of credit worth 130,000 gold because I had to get letters of credit when selling stuff. I also went by, because I had enough money, and I repaired all of my armor, which were like 45,000 gold pieces or something like that. I don't know if that helped or anything, but I decided to use it for that. So let's go on ahead. What is that helmet? Oh, no, that's not a helmet. That's your hair. It looked like a helmet from the side. Let's go on ahead. We're going to North Rock something. North Rock Fort. Yep. Take us just one little day. That's great. You finally found North Rock Fort out here on the remote hills of the Wrothgarian Mountains. It's way off the beaten track and miles away from any place else. They must have rebuilt the place from an old ruin, as you can see the obvious signs of repair and evidence that a large group is living at the fort. Significant construction work has taken place relatively recently. You suspect the fort cellars have been converted to a barracks. This place is likely to be more dangerous than it might first appear. Well, yeah, let's save here at North Rock. Start. And going ahead and load in. I do miss the mod that had a really awesome sky, and ooh, that is a weird motion thing that I'm getting because of that. That's making me a little queasy. Okay. Good morning, or actually good evening or night, Ala Weir Hearthheart. How are you? I need to speak to... I don't know who I need to speak to. I need to speak about not a current event, not a faction. I don't need to know about the Thieves Guild at the moment, thank you. Is it... Nope, not any of that stuff either. Okay, I need to speak to... I don't know who any of these people are, so I'm going to ask about them. These people who I probably shouldn't know anything about, do you know who they are and what? Can you give me a little bit about them? Try very nearby here. I'll show you blank on your map. That's how my carriage driver goes. The lower classes get lost so easily. Go north of here. Okay, so obviously I think that was just a glitch with the quest mod. Okay. A guard to your left speaks to you as you enter. Hey, who are you? What are you doing here? And what do you want, High Elf? Get over here, on your left. Oi, you deaf? You'd best go and speak to Captain Ulthega immediately. Continue further down to the left here, and then go into the large hall. He wears a yellow tunic and a red cape. You can't miss him. Keep your weapons sheathed, and don't try any funny stuff, or we'll have your guts for garters. Okay, well, I mean, I'll go to the left like you said. I guess I'm talking to you. What is wrong with your face? You have like a... I don't know, that's weird. Okay. What business do you have with us, High Elf? Well, well, a master of the Fighter Guild, you say. We have no issues with the Fighters Guild, so let's keep it that way, eh? You may move around our fortress freely and speak with our lord, but don't cause any trouble or do anything stupid, and we won't hesitate to cut you down, representative of the Fighter Guild or not. Hello, Lord Verathon. So you're here from the Fighters Guild. I'm sure my captain has told you to behave yourself. You see that? You do? So else my guards get some free training. Does the guild need help from us for something? I might consider it for a large fee. Come on, what do you want out with it? Who makes our armor? Well, who made your armor? Who made your armor, High Elf? That's a bit of an impertinent question. There's a simple answer. We have our own armor, of course. Does that surprise you that we have such a fine smith all the way out here in the middle of nowhere? You city types are so arrogant. No, he doesn't want to work for anyone else, and I won't allow him to freelance. You're out of luck. You have something else to discuss with me? No? Then get out of my face and stop bothering me, High Elf. What about you? You want Orthus Darjan? I warn you, Lord Verathon has become quite attached to our armor and his craftsmanship. You don't provide anything of note. Is he somewhere? I'm assuming he's probably then now maybe in here somewhere. Hello? So shoes. I have no qualms with any of you people, so I'm just going. I've been, allowed by your lord to just wander freely, so if you'll allow me the ability to wander, I appreciate it. That is a bedroom. Oh, hey dude. I overheard a guard saying that you were asking the Lord about me. Frankly, I'm amazed you're still alive, and even more surprised you're able to wander freely about the place. Seems like it might be safe to talk to you then. I'm Orthus Darjean, and I'm trapped here, Master Vassip. Been here for nearly 2 years now, making armor for these damned bandits. And don't let them fool you, their lord is not noble in any way. No, he's led this band of renegades and cutthroats for years, and they've cleared out and set up in this fort a few years back. They use it as a base, as it's pretty isolated up here in the mountains. They can operate from here with relative impunity. How did I end up trapped here, you ask? Gambling and drinking. After my wife died and my daughter married, I decided to travel some while I still could. So I sold my forge, hung up my tools, and traveled around for several months before ending up in these mountains. One night I was too deep in my cups as I was missing my wife something fierce and started gambling with some local lord. Seemed more like a ruffian, but he had money. Ended up with quite the debt to this lord, and we came to an arrangement where I would work crafting armor for him and his men to pay off the debt. 3 months! It was supposed to be for 3 months. But when the time was up and I started preparing to leave, they surrounded me and told me I was going nowhere. I knew I couldn't fight my way out alone, so I began to make plans to sneak out and escape. But the captain came and made it very clear that if I were to go missing, that my daughter would die. This cursed lord has paid the Dark Brotherhood for a contract on her, to be carried out on his word if I go missing. That damnable cutthroat son of a bitch knew he had me, and I've been here ever since. My daughter's all I have left now, since my wife passed. She lives with her husband, farming peacefully. I'll never let her come to harm, which means I'm trapped here in servitude until I die, unless some miracle occurs. Let me quickly save here at North Rock Point. North Rock. Just call this continued, because I'm going to go over and try and talk to the people and see if maybe I can charm them, use charm to granted, I only got 16% streetwise, so I'm probably not going to happen, but we're going to try. If not, then I don't know, maybe that person at the Fighters Guild can maybe give me some kind of clue for something. Hey, Captain. Nope. Hey, Lord. So Orthus Darjean wishes to leave, does he? Bah! Who would craft our armor then, I ask you? How would we protect ourselves from invaders, eh? No, High Elf. He's staying right where he is. Tell you what, I'm not an unreasonable man. If you cover the expense of hiring a new armorer, then I'll release him. I'd say about 1 million gold would oh, dear God. That will be rather difficult, you say. Don't worry, I take credit notes. He smirks and waves you away. Yep, we're going back to the Fighters Guild, because I don't want to have to fight everyone. Granted, I could fight everyone in here, but, like, why cause a bloodbath? Let's go see what, that person at, where was it? No, here, ALD, Alt-Lay, yeah, there we go. Let's see what they say. Or if they're going to say anything at all. They might not say anything at all. They might have no idea what to do. Something about Dark Brotherhood. I don't have any contacts with the Dark Brotherhood, so that's... Where did I come in at? I came in from the other side of town. Okay, I'll be back when we're at the Fighters Guild. Alright, we're back. Do you have any advice? What? A Dark Brotherhood contract on his daughter? That's obscene. I will set up a meeting for you with the Brotherhood, as they should be willing to at least meet with the master of our guild out of respect. However, whether they will help you is another matter entirely. Go to the Lion and Goblin over in Whitebury. I'll ensure that a representative will be waiting for you. Be careful around the Dark Brothers. They are not to be trifled with. Lion and Goblin, Whitebury. Okay. So let's go. I'm assuming he's going to still be in this general area. Whitebury. Travel here. As we enter town, let's make a save. We'll call this Dark Start. And there is I'm going to go down here because this is where all the taverns are. But knowing my luck, this is going to be the tavern it's going to be in. So I will be back when we are at the tavern we need to meet the Dark Brotherhood in. Nope, it was actually the first one I looked into. Alright. Which one of you is a Dark Brotherhood member? Not going to be... Well, it could be you, but I doubt it. You call it kind of... I mean, you're in dark clothes. Are you a Dark Brotherhood? No, you're wanting something from me. Who here is the Dark Brother? You're, I'm assuming, just like, yeah, you look a little different from the other people I've dealt with trying to get rooms from, but you had a mug in your hand, so I figured that there's a good chance that you might be him. Okay, is there anybody upstairs? Nope, there's a chest, though. Okay, what about this direction? Okay, this is obviously not a Dark Brotherhood member. Just a random, you know, person draped in black and, you know, looking kind of scary and, you know, assassin. I'm kidding. That's absolutely... I'd be floored if this wasn't the Dark Brotherhood member. Hey, Edwerick Kingston. Greetings, Master Vassa. Thank you and your guild also for bringing this to our attention. We were previously unaware of this contract, which you say has been taken out on a peasant woman as a means of blackmailing her father, who's another commoner of no real consequence. However skilled he may be at crafting armor. Although the uninformed may think the Dark Brotherhood a simple group of killers for hire, nothing could be farther from the truth. A contract is a holy communion between us and our Dark Queen. To allow it to be used for leverage in a labor dispute is beneath us. Our wayward member will have known this, and if they truly followed our code, would have refused the money. It seems that greed has corrupted them enough to sell unsanctioned contracts in the name of the Brotherhood. We will deal with this renegade brother at some point, and the contract will be void, but we do not feel any urgency regarding the situation. There are many more important machinations and intrigues to deal with first. You have our permission to go and deal with our wayward member in the meantime. Be warned, however, do not harm any others of our order. While doing this, else we will hunt you down and exact revenge. Given the circumstances, we may make an exception for a hefty price, but if you're unable to pay, then there's nothing we can do, and you will die. You will find this greedy trader at Vintage Fashion in Oxbury. Alright, I guess we're going to Oxbury. We're not going down, we're not going up, we're going down is what I was meaning to say. Alright, so I'm assuming Oxbury is going to probably still be in this area. Oxbury, yep, okay, right here. How far away? How many days? Just 2, so it's not too bad. And where did they say they were? They were in the Vintage Fashion. So it's some kind of store. I will be back when we find it. Alright, we're here at Vintage Fashion. Before we go in and deal with them, because this could anger the Dark Brotherhood if I screw this up, we're going to call this Dark Continued. Sturdy shelves cobbled together out of scraps hold the shop's wares. The items are sound and functional, but little more than... Okay, that's just a general text. I'm not assuming it's you. Okay. I'm actually going to save here instead, because I don't know if I need to sneak up and just kill him. I don't know if I need to talk to him. So I'm going to first do the sneak up behind him and kill him. Well, actually, I'm going to do the talk to him. I'm not going to do the sneak up behind him and kill him because it's actually straight up impossible for me to do that because there's not a back way in there. So I'm going to try the talk to him first and see if that fixes it, see if that does anything. If not, I'll take this. I will take the Daedric Greaves. I will take this and that and nothing else. We'll equip that. And hopefully, because I did not attack any other... Oh, no, we're just going to leave those people. Because they say don't attack any other members, just attack the one. So that's all we did. Not hurting any other members in the process. I did not hurt any other members in the process. If I do, that'll be because of the consequences. I did not hurt them, so I should be okay. A contract between Lord Varathon and the Dark Brotherhood. It stipulates conditions for Lord Varathon to have Othis, Darjean's daughter, murdered in the case of him leaving without Lord Varathon's permission. Okay, let's go back to Aldley, see if we have any kind of updated text from the person in the Fighters Guild. What side of town did I come in from? I came from the south. Okay, it's not too far. Basically, I'm going to see if there's any extra text from them, and if not, then we're going to go and rescue old armorer there from the people that have him kidnapped, basically. Okay, this is the building. I was like, I thought maybe we had passed it for a minute, but no, we didn't. For this being a quest that came through the mod, roleplay and realism, I believe again is the mod, this is a really good quest. Excellent work, Master Vassip. So you have retrieved the contract, and now you can free Orthus Darji. That's fantastic news. Bring him back here so we can help arrange a nice quiet place for him to live. I'm sure we can find somewhere suitable. Okay, I'm going to take a little bit of a nap. Not because I'm too desperately hurt, but just because, I would like to be topped up before I go and possibly anger an entire fortress and have to fight everybody. I'm just going to say that. No, not Daggerfall. I'm so used to clicking that. North Rock Fort. Perfect. We're going to call this North Rock 2. And then we can go. I'm going to go, and I don't know if I want to go just talk to the... Let's go talk to, I think, maybe the guy... Not this person. Let's go talk to this person first. The person we're rescuing. Let them know that we've gotten the contract with their daughter. And then see what happens. Because I don't know if I necessarily want to talk to, like, the person that has him captured. Hey, Orthus. How on earth did you get a hold of the contract, Vassip? Bloody hell, that doesn't matter. Maybe tell me later. The important thing is you've given me my freedom back. Thank the heavens. You're my savior. I'll be ready to leave just as soon as you've shown it to Lord Varathon, so he knows that his scheme is dead and buried. Then we can be on our way. Okay, so that I probably didn't need to come tell him this, but I do like the fact that we got a little bit of extra text from that. You moved and you freaked me out. I thought you were about ready to hit me. All right. Do you have anything to add? Where did you get that from? Damn you. Lord Varathon is going to be in a bad mood for weeks. Curses on you and your pox-ridden guild. Guess what, dude? Well, first off, you're going to be my thumbnail. Great. Fantastic. And now, by my father's name, how the hell did you get a hold of that? The Brotherhood has failed me. Curse them. Seems I underestimate you, High Elf. Okay, fine then. Take Orthus Darjin with you. We're going to miss his craftsmanship, but I know when the game is up. Just know that your seniority within the Fighters Guild is the only reason you're even leaving here alive. I suggest that you don't ever cross our path again, High Elf. You have anything you want to add? It's not for the beef. If not for the beef, it would... Wow, I cannot read. If not for the beef, it would start with the Fighters Guild. I'd have the men carve you open like a pig. Just take the damn smith and get out of here. We don't ever want to see you again. Yeah, nice to... meet you too. Maybe you shouldn't kidnap a person and then take out a contract from an assassination guild to, kill their daughter if they don't continue to, be kidnapped. Hey dude, you ready to go? By the Great Hammer, thank you so much, Vassip. I never thought that day would come. Come on, let's get the hell out of here. Let's leave. Screw all of you. Granted, you assisted in the, kidnapping for years of a person. So, I kind of screwed you. You guys are horrible. And we'll take you, I'm assuming, back to Aldley. I don't think you want to go all the way back to Gothway Garden. Aldley, hopefully we spawn in on the left side of town or on the south side of town. If we spawn in from the east, it's a night. We spawned in from the east. Crap. Okay, I will be back when we're at the Fighters Guild. Alright, we're here at the Fighters Guild here in Aldley. Dude, mission accomplished. Welcome to Aldley, Orthus Darjin. Please accept our help after your ordeal. Master Vassip, we will help him get back on his feet and set up home with a new forge in a small town somewhere nice and quiet. Where would you like to settle down, Orthus Darjin? We're assuming somewhere far away from the Wrothgarian mountains. I'm not sure, to tell you the truth. I'm just grateful to be away from that cursed place, out of Lord Varathon's clutches at last. I'm forever in your debt, Master Vassip. I think that will settle somewhere peaceful with a new forge and finally take on an apprentice. I really should pass on my skills before I get too old, I'm certainly tired of crafting armor myself after the past couple of years. Teaching will make a nice change. I can always make an exception for you, though, Vassip. Although I can't ever repay you for rescuing me, I can forge custom armor for you. Once I've settled down, please do drop in and see me anytime. Which direction shall I head then? Should I head to the west, maybe to the south, perhaps even the warmer climates to the southwest? Any advice on the... Head west. Okay then, Vassip, I'm going to head west and settle in a small town called Penmore in Glenpoint. Penmore and Glenpoint. Okay, I need to remember that. Please do drop by any time you're in the area, or if you need some particular armor crafted. You will always be welcomed at my forge. Goodbye, and thanks again. Excellent work, Master. I'm so pleased that you were able to rescue Arthas from North Rock Fort all the way out here in the Wrothgarian Mountains. I feel much better now that the situation has been resolved so satisfactorily. It's been an absolute privilege to watch someone of your experience and expertise at work, Master Vassip. I can certainly see why you're a master of the guild. Please do pop in and say hello if you're over in these mountains again, won't you? You make a note of where Arthas said he was headed to in your notebook and say goodbye. Any added? Nope. Alright, let me check my logbook. I'm sure it's in there somewhere. And we can go on ahead and travel all the way back to, nope, all the way to Gothway Garden. It'll take 16 days. Let's see, what time are we loading? Oh my... I know I said a few episodes ago that this is, we're in foggy territory. I think this is even foggier than the last time. I love these types of aesthetics, like super foggy areas in games. As long as it's not a horror game, then it creeps me out. But in these games, I quite enjoy them. So we're going to quickly head on over to the Fighters Guild. Tell old... I forget the guy's name. Tell him that we finished. I doubt I need to, but I'm going to just check to make sure. And if that is the case, then that means we are officially done completely with the Fighters Guild. There is nothing else, but we will see. Let's go on ahead and go in. Hello, Bador. Anything? Okay. Funny enough thing, I just realized something. This is not the end of the Fighters Guild. I had the Fighters Guild mixed up with the Mages Guild because we still need to do Standard Protection and the 3-part Lord Kavar quest, but because they anger a named NPC, I believe, for this one, which is part of the main quest, I want to say, and this angers, I want to say, the Dark Brotherhood, but it could be something else that angers. We're waiting. So this is actually not the end of the Fighters Guild. Oh well. And we don't even really need to mark this. Well, let me write down that the quest is done. Well, yeah, let me mark down that the quest is done, even though I don't have it listed already. And then, let's see, how long have we been recording? We've been recording 49 minutes. Ooh, that's... There were some edits. Yeah, you know what? We'll call this an episode. Why not? And then in the next episode, we'll finish out we will finish out the Mages Guild, because at that point we are now done with the Mages Guild after we do part 3. So I'm going to do the outro. For those that want to stick around and listen, the book we're reading today is The Epic of the Grey Falcon. So thank you guys so much for watching today's episode of the Elder Scrolls 2 Daggerfall. If you haven't already, go down and hit the subscribe button and the bell notification to stay up to date on when new videos hit the channel. Another great way to stay up to date is to follow me on Twitter at @TheSSHGaming. I tweet when videos go live. I won't fill your Twitter timeline with general nonsense. I don't like social media that much. That combined that everyone knows rate limited right now for Twitter. If you haven't already, could you guys go down and hit the thumbs up button? I'd appreciate it so much. You guys have no idea how much hitting the thumbs up button helps the channel grow and get exposure. So if you enjoyed the video, go take a minute and go down and hit the thumbs up button. I'd appreciate it. So for those that don't want to stick around and listen, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next episode. And for those that do want to listen, I will be back when we find the Epic of Grey Falcon. Alright, I don't normally do this, but this book was not in Gothway Garden, so I had to travel all the way to Aldingwall and come to the Mages Guild here to finally find the book. So, The Epic of the Grey Falcon, which doesn't even have a name to start up here. So first off, let me mark it as red, because it was a journey to even find it. There we go. Perfect. It is now marked as read. As uncovered and translated by Anito Jahon, royal archaeologist from an ancient tome. This tale comes from sometime in the Second Era, most probably after the time of the Knahaten flu, or at least I have so surmised due to the reasons in the text. Whether or not the tale is true, it remains an interesting story of survival. The reader will, I trust, forgive me if I translated the epic somewhat informally. The message, I think, is universal and should not be misread. Enjoy, gentle reader. AJJ. Oh, here's the title. The Epic of the Grey Falcon. The Grey Falcon, a small warship of the Somerset Isle, was patrolling deep in the ocean for a pirate that had been looting the coast. The first 3 weeks out were uneventful. 2 hours after sunset on the 22nd day out of port, the lookout spotted a top of a sail in the moonlight. Just on the horizon, "Sail! To starboard, forward quarter!" The lookout of the Grey Falcon cried. The crew and captain of the Grey Falcon were quickly roused and stumbled to the deck. "'Tis the ship we're looking for, Captain." As they look out, "All hands to battle stations, all archers to their posts." The captain yelled, "Pull ahead." The two ships closed, and a dark figure stepped out onto the forecastle of the pirate ship. The figure made a gesture with his hands, and a giant ball of fire streaked towards the Grey Falcon. The ball of fire struck the Grey Falcon and her sails, quickly catching them aflame. The figure made another gesture. Large bolts of ice streaked out from his hands and hit the Grey Falcon just above and below the waterline, gouging large holes in her hull. The Grey Falcon was mortally wounded. The captain cried, "All hands abandon as he was cut off by a pirate arrow shot into his throat. As the Grey Falcon, aflame and listing badly, plunged into the sea. One of her sailors, Derek Seaspit, managed to avoid the pirate arrows and spells to make his way to a lifeboat, and lowered it into the darkness below. Just as the lifeboat entered the waters, a quick gray shape jumped into it. Derek looked and saw it was Helnor Snarlsbane, a Khajiit mercenary assigned to the ship. The two rowed the small boat away as the Grey Falcon finished her descent into the sea. In the darkness, the pirate ship missed their small craft. After the two rowed well out of the pirates' possible view, they both collapsed from exhaustion. Early morning the next day, they took an inventory of the lifeboat's stores. Normally, the lifeboat carries enough food and water to supply 7 people for at least 10 days. In place of the food, though, Helnor found a note. The food in this lifeboat was found to be in violation of Somerset Navy regulation during inspection. In accordance to that article, the food was taken away and destroyed. A replacement may be obtained by redeeming this letter at the Port Supply Office. Signed, Lieutenant Inspector Windhollow. Helnor read aloud. Said Derek to his Khajiit companion, "We have plenty of water, but we are out of food. I don't know what we're going to do. I suppose we could try fishing, but we have no bait. There's no chance we can make it back to land before we starve to death. Till we'll be over a month in the craft." "Wait, I have an idea," said Helnor with this gleam in his cat-like eye. 6 weeks later, the lifeboat entered the port of Corwich. As it was tethered to the dock, a solitary figure was pulled out, looking weather-beaten and thin. One of the dock workers peered into the life raft. After the figure was taken away to the port healer for treatment. What's this?" a worker said to himself as he picked up a large bone from the boat, a bone bleached white by the sun. Oh no. After the sole survivor of the Grey Falcon recovered from his ordeal, he was taken to the inquest for the death of Derek Seaspit and placed on a chair before the magistrate. "We here in High Rock have a dim view of cannibalism. You'd better have a good reason for your actions," the Inquisitor boomed at Helnor Snarlsbane. "By the lady, do you?" Helnor stood and said, "Your Honor, I had no choice. There was no food, and it was at least 2 months to the closest port. We both decided this was the only way someone would make it." "Well, then, I suppose that is understandable, if somewhat distasteful," the Inquisitor said. "You think it was distasteful?" Helnor muttered to himself. "I didn't have any seasoning. One final thing, Mr. Snarlsbane. How was it decided that you would be the one that would dine on the other? The toss of a coin?" Helnor drew himself up and said, "Your Honor, it was very simple. Derek Seaspit was a vegetarian." Case dismissed. And that was the Epic of the Grey Falcon. It took a while to find it, but that was, as far as books, that was one of the more enjoyable ones I've read. So for those that stick around to listen, thank you guys so much for watching it. And I will see you in the next episode. Goodbye.